YouTube. It's another video brought to you by Sanchiedoit. By your boy McQueen. Why Japanese women prefer Americans over Japanese men. I didn't know this was a thing, but yeah, I guess it is. And if it is, we doing the research and we watching and seeing what's going on. So let's see what they got to say. And let's see what my boy McQueen got to say too.
Why dating in Japan is impossible? Wow.
Dating in Japan is impossible? For all my folks out there in Japan, is this true? I got some boys out there.
Y'all, they always talk about Japan's always talking a big game.
I ain't gonna lie, my boy live out in Japan. He say it's like crazy. Like it was hard for him to even get his Wi-Fi out there. You know what I'm saying? But
they always talking a big game out there. Okay. Now, don't get it messed up. I'm not talking crap about Japan in any way, shape, or form because Japan is top 3, if not number 1, on the list of places that I'm going to visit. All right.
Tight.
However, dating in Japan being I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go and see why.
Women are refusing to date Japanese men, and the reason why is way more insane than you think. This isn't just about attraction, it's a complete shift in how relationships work in Japan. And here's where things get crazy. It's not just Japanese men getting rejected. A lot of women don't want to date foreign men either. There are massive cultural differences, hidden biases, and honestly some brutal truths that most people don't even talk about. But before we get into that, let's start with something shocking. All right, so there's a real phenomenon happening in Japan right now, which you might have seen across YouTube, and that is where men are giving up on dating entirely. They're called herbivore men, guys who have zero interest in pursuing women, getting married, or even trying to flirt. Some of them are too
It sound like some shit. I don't know, man. Let's dig a little deeper, because it sounded like these boys is lacking out here.
Focused on work. Others are just tired of rejection. And some, they've simply decided it's not worth the effort. Yeah, and the result? A growing number of Japanese women are frustrated, single, and looking for alternatives. And yeah, some of them turn to foreign guys.
I'm going to get myself a cute Japanese girlfriend. And the thing that sucks is most of the time, it completely works. Obviously, if you're a foreigner, there's a lot of people who really like foreign people in Japan. You can almost have an easier time dating in Japan. I know I had an easier time dating here than in London. And also that could just be my own experience and not a collective experience of everyone watching this.
Okay, so see, that's the thing that we got to be talking about here. It's because, as far as the homie scam likely, okay? He was out there knocking down boppers, okay? Like a dumbass, all right? But it didn't seem like it was too hard for him to find something to knock down. Now, I know dating and chicks is two totally different sports. I do. I'm aware. But if he was able to find girls to be able to interact with, for you to get to the point where you actually end up dating one of them, that quickly, I don't know. I think it says a lot about how foreigners, or maybe just even black people. But you never know. The white dude right here, too, he talking about, it was way easier for him. And I think it's because of whatever they talking about. I think it's because of that equipment. I think it's because of that equipment.
They got the proper cord.
But this only applies to a small percentage of women. And even then, there are some major problems. Okay, this sucks, but it's true that a lot of Japanese women think Western men smell bad. And no, this isn't some weird stereotype. It's a real issue. And if you think that's bad, it gets much worse. In the West, beards are a symbol of masculinity. In Japan, not so much. A lot of women actually prefer clean-shaven men.
Well, duh. These Asians don't grow hair. They don't grow hair. They don't grow no goddamn hair. These Asians, man, these Asian dudes, they like hairless cats. Testosterone filled dude with a damn full beard comes around. They like, what the hell? Who the hell is this Viking? Duh. Of course.
So if you're walking into Japan thinking your rugged Chris Hemsworth beard is going to make you stand out, you might be in for a shock when it actually turns women away.
So that mean y'all thirsty fellas that's gonna zip over to Japan because y'all heard the news, man. Pump your brakes. Go get that head trimmed up and go get that beard. You feel me? Hey, I'm full alpha. I'm coming how it is. You feel me? I don't gotta zip over to Japan. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
You don't need to be Schwarzenegger or Dwayne Johnson in Japan to be attractive.
Not a chin hair in sight, okay? Not a chin hair in sight. No, and no wonder it's so easy
Boys look
to
like
turn
I ain't even
these
gonna
dudes
say it.
into Transformers.
Get canceled. I
You know?
ain't even made it.
It's no wonder. When you go to Thailand, when you go to all these different Asian countries, okay? No wonder. I mean, you could just see the wig on this guy right here, okay?
Tough.
You could see it. You could see the wig. All right? Come on, man.
As a guy. Actually, it can be even negative sometimes, and that's no surprise. Because if you compare to Western women, Japanese women are generally small.
Does he just not look like a Siamese cat? Okay?
No surprise. Because if you
Does this guy just not look like this?
Well, he roasted, bruh. Chill.
Does he not? When this is the normal in your society, of course a dude with a beard and a big body, you know what I'm saying? With the whoop, you know, looking all goddamn testosterone filled Viking looking. Of course they not gonna know what to do with that. Of course they not. This is what they're accustomed to.
compare to Western women, Japanese women are generally smaller and shorter, and chances are that she's gonna feel kinda overwhelmed or even scared when meeting a guy like this. So rather than having a big muscular body, these are more important usually, and that's why they might look too feminine to Western people.
But let's say you pass the hygiene and facial hair test. There's still one massive block standing in your way. Language. This is the killer. It's by far the biggest reason why foreign men struggle to date in Japan. Most Japanese women don't speak English fluently. And if you don't speak Japanese,
って思ったことあります。でも言語の壁ありますけど。
例えばどの国の秘書がいいとかってなんかあります？
Better make
ど
an
こでも
AI
いけるの。
translator or some
自
shit. They
分
got
はい
all
け
this
るけど、ヨ
technology.
ーロッパ系
Like a
が
harmonica
ア
or
メリ
something.
カ
You
系
talking
の
to that motherfucker, it
congratulations.
start
Your dating
translating.
pool just shrank to almost nothing. There are plenty of stories of Western guys who thought they had a great connection with a Japanese woman, only to realize they were stuck in a cycle of awkward Google Translate conversations. It's fun at first, but the novelty wears off fast when you can't have a real conversation. So what happens? Well, in my experience, foreigners turn to dating apps as like the first thing they do. And this is where things get really weird. Because Tinder in Japan, it's a completely different beast. If you're a Western guy, you might expect it to work the same way it does back home. Swipe, match, chat, meet up. Nope, not even close. First off, good luck finding a real name. Most Japanese women use fake initials, random words, or even emojis instead of their actual names. And profile
What kind of shit
pictures?
they got going
Yeah,
on out
half
there,
of them
bro?
are
This shit
either
like a-
anime characters, blurred faces, or just food.
Shit too
Seriously, some people
complicated.
literally put sushi as their profile pic. And that's not even the weirdest part. A huge number of Japanese women on Tinder aren't even looking for a boyfriend. Some just want to practice their English. Others are just curious about talking to foreigners but have zero intention of meeting up. And then you've got the worst case scenario. Women who are straight up afraid of being seen dating a foreigner. Japan is still a country where standing out too much is looked down upon. And for some women, dating a foreigner is seen as too different or even
I
embarrassing.
mean, who's trying to date this? Who is trying to date this right here? Who's trying to date this? Okay?
Right.
I got to get y'all standards up, all right? Get out of town. Go see the world. Go get you a Latina, man. You know, when he was talking about the goddamn language barrier thing, hey, that's facts. Because when I went to Colombia and I couldn't speak that Espanol, all right, I was like, damn. I get so close to talking to a barber. I get so close to knocking one down, okay? I throw my Pokeball at him, right? And the Pokeball catching, the ball would wiggle a little bit and it would always hatch open. You know what I'm saying? But why? Because the strength of the Pokeball was dependent on the level of Espanol that I could speak, all right? That's why I took my ass back to Miami. Even though, while I was in Colombia, I got with my professor. Mi profesor de Bogotá, Colombia, okay? and I got to work. And I kept going for like 4 or 5 months after coming back from Colombia to Miami. Okay? And now I got enough. I got enough in my bag to get by in Colombia, 100%. If I was to go back in there in Colombia, it'd be a totally different game. Okay? I'm a fast learner, y'all. Okay?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
YouTubers talking, things are going great, you're about to meet up, and then you hear this phrase, I've always wanted to date a foreigner. Congratulations, you've just met a Gaijin hunter. Gaijin hunter is a term for Japanese women who exclusively date foreigners. Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to be the type of guy they're looking for? Well, here's where it gets a little messy. A lot of Gaijin hunters don't actually care about you. They care that you're foreign. Some of them are just obsessed with Western culture. Some have a checklist of nationalities they want to date. Yeah, this has actually happened from time to time. There are stories of guys.
Are we sure this ain't a dude right here?
Yeah, man.
Someone get this man out this wig.
Guys who thought they found the perfect girlfriend, only to find out she literally had a list of countries she wanted to try. And it's not just about Western men. Some Japanese women actually prefer Latino men, Middle Eastern men, or even South Asian men because they find their features more exotic or masculine.
You never cheat, right? No, of course. So you never hung out with other girls, right? No, never. So you never go to, like, those places like brothels, right?
なんで？あれはお金払ってるから浮気じゃないよね。
Some ladies also want a green card, which I thought strange, as I always see Japan as wealthy and amazing.
Exactly.
But the reality is Japan has a brutal work culture. Long hours, insane expectations, and basically no work-life balance. Some women want out, and dating a foreigner is their escape plan.
Not trying to ruin your fantasy over Japanese guys. I don't know why you have fantasy Japanese guys, because Japanese guys are horrible, in my opinion. But these are the reasons why I wouldn't date a Japanese guy if I was a straight woman. If I was, probably it wouldn't be as bad.
What is he
I don't
talking
know.
about?
But here's where things get even crazier. A lot of Japanese women aren't just Japanese men, they're rejecting dating entirely. Yeah, and this is where the real problem comes in. Japan is facing a massive population crisis. The birth rate is collapsing, people aren't getting married, they aren't even dating. There are entire businesses built around renting boyfriends and girlfriends because people are so disconnected from real relationships. And for women, there's a lot of pressure. The expectation is still there. Get married, have kids, be a traditional wife. But modern Japanese women, they're not interested. So what does this all mean? Simple. The entire dating scene in Japan is breaking down. It's not just about Japanese men failing to attract women. It's not just about foreign men struggling with cultural differences. It's all of it. A complete societal shift. Fewer relationships, more isolation. And the idea of romance in Japan, it's disappearing. And here's the big twist. If you're a foreigner thinking Japan is some dating paradise, think again. The truth is, it doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is how well you fit into Japan itself. And if you don't understand the culture, if you don't learn the language, if you don't actually connect on a deeper level, you're just another foreigner passing through.
Yep.
I don't mean to sound like a here. I just want you to see the full picture. So the real question isn't just why dating in Japan is nearly impossible. The real question is, are Japanese women even interested in dating at all anymore?
Kind of need to figure out if this is the person that you want to be in a relationship with within the first few days. People always say it's within 3 days. Don't kiss, you don't hold hands, you don't touch, you don't have whatsoever. And a lot of time, the guy asks the girl if she wants to become her girlfriend. As they say, this is the consensus culture of Japanese dating. And if the girl say yes, they become a couple.
Alright, y'all boys, y'all seen we kicked it with our boy McQueen. We gained some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? We did some research. You feel me? This is research. We learning, you know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe, you know, make sure y'all come back. Appreciate y'all boys.